My name is Nakuset. I'm the Executive Director of the Native Women's Shelter of Montreal. I'm Cree from Lac la Ronge, Saskatchewan, Treaty 6. So it's been really difficult because of COVID, and this is the first year that we can't actually do the spirit walk in person. Usually we like to gather together in groups and walk up a mountain. Obviously that can't happen with the social distancing. So this year we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do something online, and I really hope that you continue to support us because we definitely need your help. So this is the 7th year of the Spirit Walk. And as someone who was adopted out of my culture, and when I tried to learn about Indigenous culture and prophecies, there was something that I found very profound, and it was called the 7th generation prophecy.
Seventh generation prophecy also thinks about the next 7 generations. So how are we going to put things in place to make sure that that 7th generation is in a good way, that things will be easier for them than it currently is now. I've been at the Native Women's Shelter for 21 years, and what I try to do is create programs that actually meet the needs of the women and children. And the family care worker is something that needed to be done because, unfortunately, a lot of the mothers that come into the Native Women's Shelter either have files already with youth protection, or their children have been taken and they're in foster care and they're trying to get them back. And I think that with everything that happened with residential school and the 60s scoop, that it seems like we are definitely discriminated against. And how do we empower the women and children? Well, we need to hire an advocate, and that is the family care worker. So we've been very lucky to have this position over the last couple of years to sit down with the mother, to speak to the social worker, to find out what the mother needs in order to get her child back, to surround her with the different services that we have. So at the Native Women's Shelter, we also have an addictions counselor. So if that's in the mandate, in order to get your children back, that you need to see an addictions counselor, we have it at the shelter. It makes it easier for them so they don't have to step out and be on a waiting list. We can sort of move it forward. We also have a psychologist, and we have an art therapist, and we have an elder. So what we try to do is create like a really strong team around the woman and the child to help them reunite, because a lot of our women don't always get their children back. And this is something that needs to change. But we feel that if we are going over and above to help support that woman, that there's a better chance of getting the children back. And because, children are taken away so quickly, and for the littlest reason throughout, history, we need to sort of arm the women with what their rights are, and to advocate with them until they're ready to do it on their own.
The family care position was funded by the Aboriginal Healing Foundation until the Harper government decided that there will be no more funding for the Aboriginal Healing Foundation. And then we have been scrambling ever since to find a funder for this position.
Whenever we do the spirit walks in previous years, the money went towards healing retreats for the women and children, and whatever was left over would go to the salary, because we definitely needed service. Women get overwhelmed with the kinds of measures that are put forward on them, and they really rely on our support. They don't know where to go when they get that phone call, or they receive, like a visit on the door from youth protection saying they're going to take their children. Like, they need this particular service. The Native Women's Shelter and our partner organizations and community members are literally doing the work to help support the mothers and the children so that they can get their kids back. They can bring up their kids in a good way, and we can support them for that next set of generations.